Hey, this is the Fight Nerd. I'm here now at NY Combat Sambo, and today we're going to be testing out a really interesting product. It's not your usual kind of thing to test. Steve, would you mind showing us what we're going to be working with today?
Today we're working with the Nutty Buddy.
That's right, the Nutty Buddy. It's a specially made groin cup, and what's so special about it? We're going to try and find out. Now, first thing, we're just going to compare it and look at what this thing actually is. I mean, would you mind holding up? This is a normal groin cup, and over here we have the Nutty Buddy. So, I mean, first appearance, what do you think about these things, Steve?
Looks kind of like an alien spaceship. These protruding parts here look like they might be sticking into me, so we'll see. It's definitely a different design than your normal, average, everyday cup. It seems pretty hard, you know. I mean, the normal Shock Doctor, for example, has more shock absorption to it. This one's pretty stiff. I wonder how it would take a good pounding, whether or not it would crack.
Well, we're going to find out today, aren't we, Steve?
Oh yeah, we're going to find out for sure.
First, a few facts about the amazingly named Nutty Buddy. The key concept is the arched design, which allows your potatoes to sit horizontally in the cup, preventing testicular torsion. This item comes in 4 different sizes: the hammer for children, the boss for small or medium, the hog for large, and Mongo for the extra large man. It is made from one solid piece of plastic, Lexan 134R composite to be exact, which is the same stuff used to make bulletproof glass. This product must be worn in a certain way as well. The user must wear compression shorts first, then the cup, and then the jockstrap. The Nutty Buddy has also won the 2006 IDEA Award for Design Explorations for redesign of an existing product. When I told Sambo Steve I wanted to test groin cups out, needless to say there were not too many volunteers. But we did get 2 brave men who took one for the team, our heavyweight Brad Desir and our featherweight Amin John Yar. With the guidance of Sambo Steve, it was up to this triple threat to take the Nutty Buddy to its limits and test it for its comfort, protection, and durability. So, let's put these troopers to work.
My first impression of the Nutty Buddy was a little wide. The protection to the actual midsection wasn't too bad, but it hurt the sides of your thighs. All the impact would go to the sides of the thighs. If I tried to cross my legs, you'd feel pain. It just overall wasn't comfortable.
Nutty Buddy, I felt not that comfortable. In sparring, it wasn't that comfortable. I had to turn a lot.
For striking to the lower parts of the body wasn't bad. When I'd go up high and I'd come across, that's when the sides would really dig into my thigh.
When I was hitting pads, I didn't feel a little bit. So when I was sparring, but I felt actually when I was trying to do like round kicks, I felt that. But when I was working on pads, I didn't feel that much.
Grappling on the mats wasn't too bad until the half guard game, when the shin would be on the cup. When the shin's on the cup, it will push it in, and then the sides would press on my thighs, and that's what was uncomfortable.
Grappling, I felt like protective, and because when he like tried to ankle bar me, he went with his knees and hit me in my nuts, but it didn't hurt that much. So in grappling, I felt comfortable to it, but in combat, like sparring, not that much. In my opinion, I would not wear that again, because in some ways it's comfortable, in some ways it's not. So the old ones that I use are much comfortable than this one.
I felt protected, but I felt like I was always thinking about the cup because of it's uncomfortable. It's big and bulky. I don't like it. I wouldn't wear it, and I don't recommend it.
All right, so we've tested the Nutty Buddy against throws, grappling, sparring, but now we're going to test against a taser. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. It can withstand 750 volts. The taser was all right. Sparring was good. I'm going to start slow here. Not so bad. Bad?
I'm going a little bit. Not working on it.
Just fucking you guys. It's rubber. It's rubber. It's a rubber one. All right, so we got the Nutty Buddy. It survived the taser. It survived some grappling, pads, kicking, sparring. Now we're going to see if it can handle a kettlebell.
That's right, we're dropping a 12-kilo kettlebell from a 6-foot drop straight onto the Nutty Buddy. Let's see if it survives.
$12-kilo kettlebell off about a 5.5-foot drop. I would imagine that equals a pro Muay Thai kick. That would be my opinion. By way of comparison, we're going to try the kettlebell test with a Shock Doctor cup. The main difference being that the Shock Doctor is flexible and sectional. So we want to see if it's actually going to shatter like the Nutty Buddy did. Alright, so we dropped the kettlebell and the Shock Doctor. It took the absorption much more than the Nutty Buddy. It pretty much stayed intact with the exception of this section where the front panel is linked. But basically my layman's assessment would be that this could take a shot much better than the Nutty Buddy.
Alright, so we put the Nutty Buddy to the test. It survived for the most part, except for the finale. But otherwise, I mean, some mixed reviews about it. What did you think about it, Steve?
Well, the guys seem to think it, in some situations, gave them some protection and in other situations don't. Based on these two guys, one who's very skinny and one who's more muscular, I think it might be comfortable for more skinny guys who don't have bigger thighs. It seemed to me like the bigger the thigh, the more pressure there was on those side folds of the cup that was digging into the person's leg. The impact from the kettlebell, it shattered, so I'd be interested to find out exactly how many pounds, of pressure that was, but it was definitely what I kind of suspected because the Nutty Buddy is not a flexible piece. It's one hard piece of plastic. And when you compared it to the Shock Doctor cup, which was more flexible and made out of sections, it pretty much withstood the impact of the kettlebell and would have been able to finish a fight. A little more shock absorption would be appropriate. Right now, I think that's probably the biggest problem that it has, with the exception of maybe changing a little bit of the design on the sides to make it more comfortable and form-fitting to the human body. But right now, it's just one solid piece of plastic. It doesn't seem like it's going to absorb much.
So after testing this cup in a variety of ways with two different size people, it was not too comfortable for the big guy, and it was okay for a smaller fighter, but still some comfort issues. The cup does protect from plenty of things, but being made from a single piece of plastic, it doesn't allow for too much flexibility. You're better off with something that's made more for combat, like a metal Muay Thai cup. The Nutty Buddy was not bad, and it's probably better for other sports, but with the way the human body twists and turns in mixed martial arts, it's not necessarily the right cup just yet, but it still seems to be very much based on a person-to-person basis. If you're interested in learning more about the Nutty Buddy, or buy one for yourself, you can check out nuttybuddy.com. This video was filmed at NY Combat Sambo, located at 225 West 36th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue on the 6th floor. For more info on their classes, head to nycombatsambo.com. This video is sponsored by Brawl & Maul Fight Performance Gear, with a selection of the best brands and their own custom apparel and equipment, as well as energy drinks and even music. Check them out at brawlandmaul.tv.